my name is Florence and welcome back to my channel. This is the One More Book podcast. I'm a black woman living in Germany who loves reading books. And today I want to share with you a haul, a very big haul. This is the largest haul that I've ever done. But I found some really good deals on Vinted. I don't know if you have Vinted where you are, but here in Germany, usually I use Vinted, but mostly for clothes and shoes. And then I realized someone mentioned finding books on Vinted, and I went online and I found some really good English books on Vinted. So the haul is mainly made up of used books, and there's one new book, and there are few library books that I also got. So I feel like this will push me into the year, just so that I'm not always buying new books. And also I just want to get out of buying the same books that I see everyone reading. I don't know if you're on social media, if you're on Instagram or on TikTok, follow me. But you kind of feel like everyone is reading the same books. So I feel like when I buy used books, I get to read outside of like this circle. Yeah, so let me start. Please don't forget to like, share, comment on this video, and subscribe, and also follow me on TikTok and on Instagram. So the first book that I'm going to share is this. There you go. It's called The Help, and it's by Catherine Stockett. I won't really go much into details about the books because I don't know so much information about them, but I'll tell you maybe why I bought the book. So this book is about a black maid, and it's set in 1962 in Jackson, Mississippi. So of course, because it's a book about a black woman, I felt like I needed to get it, and I believe it's also a film. It was made into a film, adapted into a film. So yeah, I will probably watch the film after I read it. It has very good reviews. Number two, I have this is You'd Be Home by Now, and it's by Kathleen Glasgow, and it's a New York. It's from a New York best-selling author, and it's about a teenager, I believe. It's about a teenager, and it also has very good reviews. So I got it. Look at this. This is a new book. I think one of the new books that I bought. It's called Isa. It's in German, and it's a book by an author, and she's a politician based here in Germany, and she's from Cameroon. She's called Miriam Mann, and the story is about a young woman, a Cameroonian woman living in Germany, who is pregnant, and her mother advises her to go to, or actually insists that she goes to Cameroon to perform some rituals so that she doesn't die. So it's I believe a good story, because she talks about not when she's here, she's not feeling like she's German, but when she's in Cameroon, she doesn't feel like she's from Cameroon. So looking forward to reading this. The next is She in Verse, and this is a collection of poems and stories inspired by I'm sorry if I pronounce this wrong, Che Guevara, who was one of a charismatic global icon. I think everyone knows him. So their stories are inspired by him, and these are also got on Vinted, and I love that the seller put a note on it. It's written "Viel Spaß beim Lesen," have fun as you read this. So I'm looking forward to reading this. Next is Killers of the Flower Moon. This is by David Graham, and I only bought this because there's a podcast that I watch, the Lit Society podcast, and they talked about this, and I believe this book was also adapted into a film, and the film is good, so I had to get it too. Next we have this. It's called The Absolute True Diary of a Part-Time Indian, and I'm trying to, as I said, oh God, my nose. As I said, I'm trying to read diversely and not just read the same books that everyone is reading. So this is The Absolute True Diary of a Part-Time Indian, and it's by Shaman Alexi, who is a member of the Native American community, and it's sort of a memoir but also a bit of fiction. So I've never read any book by a Native American, so looking forward to reading this. Next is Not Without My Daughter by Betty Mahmoodi with William Hoffer, and this is about an Iranian family. Yeah, it's written by an Iranian writer, so that's also another a new side of authors that I've never read. So this is also looking forward to reading this. And then this I'm sure you all know, Cecilia Ahern. It's called Thanks for the Memories. I believe I read this maybe, how old is my daughter? I can't remember. There's a time I really loved reading this book, over 10 years ago, I believe. And yeah, Cecilia Ahern writes really heartwarming stories. So I'm looking forward to reading this. She's from Ireland, so that's also very diverse for me. Next is another diverse book. It's called Kaikei, and it's by Vaishnavi Patel, and it is set in let me see, in India, I believe, set in India. So I can't wait to read a book, yeah, set in India. This is also from Vinted. Next is this is Sold by Patricia McCormick, and it's a story about Lakshmi, who is from Nepal, who gets sold. She's sold to another family, I believe in India. Yeah, a very sad but heartwarming story. I haven't read anything which is about life in Nepal, so I'm looking forward to reading this. Next is Black Butterflies by Priscilla Morris. This is set in Sarajevo, also a very diverse book. I've never read any book by an author from Sarajevo, so looking forward to this too. Next is a book that I love, one of my favorite books in the whole world. It's called Big Magic, Creative Living Beyond Fear, and it's by Elizabeth Gilbert. It's a sort of a self-help book, but it helped me a lot through a creative crisis, and it's a book that I just want to have around, so I can always go back to it when I'm down. So yeah. Next is I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. Well, this is a memoir, sort of a memoir by Maya Angelou. I've never read any book by her, so looking forward to reading this. This is also from Vinted. Next is Nervous by Tsitsi Dangarenba, and she's I believe she's a Zimbabwean writer. She lives in Germany at the moment, I think. Looking forward to reading this. Never read any book by a Zimbabwe author. Next is The Bandit Queens This is by Parini Shroff. This is also from Vinted, and it's set in India. So it's another Indian book, a book by an Indian author. So can't wait to dig into this. Next is Love Theoretically. This is a romance novel by Ali Hazelwood, and this I got from the library. And it's a love story, and it's in German, so, and it's big. This is the biggest book I've ever had, so I will struggle because I'm very slow when I read in German, but I will give it my best because it's a love story. Next, another book that I got from the library is Where the Crawdads Sing. This I saw on Vinted and I wanted to get it, but when I went to the library, I saw it and said, let me first read it, get it from the library. And it's set in 1969 in North Carolina. It has really good reviews, so I'll read this. Next is Honey and Spice by Bolu Babalola. And this one, everyone and their mother has read. I got it from the library and it's in German. I've read it already in English, but I think I just want to read it again in German. It's also quite thick. So another 2 thick German books. Next is this is Hood Feminism, Notes from the Women That a Movement Forgot by Nikki Kendall. This is a book about feminism, especially for Black women, because as we all know, when it comes to feminism, the movement of feminism, Black women are always excluded somehow, and I feel like it is good to read. This is a collection of notes from different women, Black women. So I feel like it's just good to read notes or read from well-researched women, Black women, to know exactly where we stand or what can we do to cover our own like feminist corner, because sometimes we are not allowed in certain spaces. So looking forward to reading this. Next I have Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Seven. This I only got because it has good reviews. Good reviews, everyone loves it. So it's a story of Sam and Sadie. It's not a romance, but it is about love. So not every love story should have a happy end, but I think stories about love are also very important. So this is also a book I'm really looking forward to reading. So that's those are the books that I have. I think I'm set. I have a few because when you buy on Vinted, there's multiple sellers, so they take time to send the book. So there might be some that are still on the way, but I think I'm done. I hope that I'm done. I think I'm set for the whole year for reading, and I'm happy with the collection that the books that I have. Of course, I'll be going to the library, bringing back some and getting some new ones, and I'll try and read more German books because I wrote to the library. I wrote to my library and told them we need more Black authors, books by Black authors, and they wrote to me and told me they're grateful for the feedback, and he assured me that there are a lot of books by Black authors, but they are mostly in German. So I'm going to be borrowing the books by Black authors so that they know that there's a demand for it, even if they're in German, because I'm more of an English book reader, but I will give it my best. So that's it for today. Thank you so much. Have you read any of these books, and what would you say about them? Did you love them? I will share with you along the year which ones which ones I loved as I read them. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and wish you all a lovely evening. It's evening now, but day, whatever time you're watching this. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram and TikTok, where I share a lot more daily than here. And have a lovely time.